Okay, hi! Hello everyone! Magandang hapon, gabi, umaga. Kaya yung rumble kasi hapon na ngayon. So inuna ko yung hapon. Sa inyong lahat po, sa aming mga viewers ng Kwento at Kape, I hope you're been waiting for us na mag-post ulit at mag-share ulit ng aming video. So here we are with an interesting guest that we're going to introduce, that I'm going to introduce later. So, but before that, I'll give the camera to my partner, Casey.
Nandito na naman kami sa Kwento at Kape at maraming salamat po sa always sa pakikinig ninyo. And also sa paghintay din sa mga chismis na dala po namin. Ano ba, partner? Happy New Year! This is our first episode for this year. So, yun, we're very much happy today kasi meron na naman kaming maraming anong tawag dito? Kwento sa inyo and saka pupuntahan this year.
Ayan, yes. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you my friend, madami siyang talent actually. And I knew her, matagal na, mga ilang years na nga ba? I don't 4 years, 5 years, tama ba? 4 years, around 4 years. So, marami siyang talent and she's the one who's helping me pag may mga events kami. Siya yung creator namin, director na din sometimes, at yung mga designer. Yan, marami kasi siyang ginagawa din sa buhay. And she's very active in helping people, especially women. So, I'm very proud to introduce to you Miss Marie Ogawa. Yay! Ayan. So, Marie, marami kaming in-expect na kwento from you.
Yes, I have plenty of stories to share.
So, saan ba tayo mag-umpisa, partner?
Actually, nung in-introduce mo sa akin kanina, I'm very much excited. Always naman ako excited. Kasi ako hindi nag-excited.
Kaya nga, that's true.
But then, syempre, lahat ng mga guests naman natin, iba-iba talaga yung mga story niya. And when I learned about Marie, sobrang natuwa ako kasi she's from Cagayan de Oro din.
Kababayan.
I'm not really from Cagayan de Oro, but then eventually before I lived there kasi, paano ba yun? Long story.
You're not originally?
No, Tagalog ako.
Tagalog, I see.
Tapos naging chismosang Bisaya. Yung
Yeah.
gano'n, di ba? Pero hindi, kasi yun nga. I love Cagayan. When I learned that she's from Cagayan, alam ko marami tong matukwento. Kasi Cagayan is a booming city. So basically, meron kasi tayo mga Tagalog na image when it comes sa mga Bisaya. Kapag sinabi mong Bisaya, sorry po, pero alam naman natin, yung mga iba, ano ba tawag doon? Dinidiscriminate nila. Feeling nila pag Bisaya ka nasa bundok ka, kalabandera ka. Hindi ganun eh. O kaya maano yung dila mo. Matigas yung dila mo.
Yeah.
Anyway po, Cagayan de Oro is a very good city. It's a very nice tawag dito, place. It's a ano ba tawag doon sa atin?
The city of golden friendship.
Oh, wow.
Yan.
Kaya pala mga friendly mga tao, no?
Very friendly. Very
lively.
At saka marami kang matututunan sa mga taga-Cagayan de Oro since they're business-minded.
Kaya pala kayo parehas may business.
Ganon.
Ayan, so that's nice.
So Miss
Saan tayo
Marie,
mag-uumpisa ba, Miss Marie?
I want to know your life from,
yeah.
How you start, diba? And I heard you're Japanese.
Yes, I am Japanese. So, my father is Japanese and my mother is Filipina.
Talaga?
Filipina. And then, how they met is, my mom worked in Germany with because I have a grandma who also lives in Germany as a nurse. So my mom also worked in Germany, and that's how my mom and my dad met. So yung story iba. Yeah, so, yung time na yun kasi si daddy hindi marunong mag-English. And my mom was just going around, I think, Frankfurt train station. Nakita niya si daddy nakaupo lang dun sa may railway. Nakaupo lang dun. Nawala daw yung map niya sa Germany. So, tinulungan niya. And then, yun, doon na sila nagka-communicate. And nabighan niya siya sa magandang, ng Filipina.
Oh, wow.
Diba?
Fitness and, hindi na kita.
Ayun. Diba?
Yung Japanese.
Diba? Ganon.
Ay, nakakatuwa kanina din mga ka-viewers, yung kwento niya na her mom doesn't speak Japanese. Tapos, her dad doesn't really speak English naman, pero nagkaintindihan sila. So, nakakatawa yung kwento na yun.
yes.
I don't know how they were able to communicate, but it actually eventually worked out.
Oo, it worked out kasi dalawa silang magkapatid eh. Two children, no? So, kaya ang ganda ng story. So, dito ka ba pinanganak or sa Pilipinas?
So I was born in Japan, and then I grew up. We stayed here in Japan until I was 5 years old. From 5 years old, we decided to go to the Philippines because my parents also had businesses in the Philippines. That's why, and then I grew up there for 21 years. Came back to Japan around 4 years ago, maybe.
So, that's where we met.
That's where we met.
Pero yun nga, we heard a lot of struggles from Philippines to Japan, di ba? Meron kang, of course, there's a lot of also adjustment from Japan to
Yes,
Philippines.
can you tell us how you live there in Philippines? Kasi as a
Ayun.
Japanese, kasi based on on my experience, since I grew up here, hindi naman ako Hapon, hindi rin naman ako half. Pero yung culture ko is na-divert na. Parang, di ba, naka-divide na siya. So, every time na nandito ako before sa Japan, of course, I love Japan. Nasa school ako noon, I was considered as a foreigner. Lahat. Di ba? Siyempre, foreigner naman talaga ako. Pero pag umuwi ako sa Pilipinas, at doon naman ako, they consider me na hindi na ako Pilipina.
Foreigner din.
Yes, because how I think, how I act. Ganon.
Yeah.
Tapos parang sinasabi nila, oh, ikaw, you're from Japan, you're Japanese ka na, no? Alam mo yung ganon? How much pa sa'yo? Na yung physical look mo is Japanese talaga.
Oo nga, di ba? Yeah.
Like, do you have pros and cons na being Japanese there in Philippines?
Maybe the pros would be all the people around you are very friendly, really very curious about you. Like when I was, because we were brought up by our parents, mother tongue kasi English eh.
Okay.
So we spoke English at home. I learned how to speak Bisaya from high school. Then the Filipino language in elementary at school. So that's how I learned how to speak Filipino. And so when people are curious about you because they think you're half, and sa place namin dun sa Philippines, it was at first when I was young, it was in the countryside. Countryside kami nag-start. Then Cagayan de Oro kami, high school na ako. So in the countryside, yung English lang eh, people will be teasing you.
Exactly.
Kasi di sila masyado marunong din mag-English, they will be teasing you. When may time kasi.
I'm sorry. Ano yan sa countryside?
Countryside na.
Oh.
So, ganun. At school, not much of a problem, but yeah, it's like parang everyone is friendly around you.
And they look up to you, parang, uy, ano to ha? Huwag mong niloloko yan kasi ano yan, foreigner yan, half yan,
Yes.
Japanese yan, mga gano'n.
Oo.
Di ba?
Kasi tayo
Around.
Ay, ganun?
May bullying din. Because you're different eh. Because I cannot...
They really treat us special.
If you don't speak the same language, ganyan kadalasan din sa Philippines, if you don't speak the same language, they think of you as you're a different person.
May bullying din pala, no?
Meron ganun. Did you experience some kind of bullying?
Yeah, when I was in public school,
Nag-topics mo.
I went to grade 1. 1 year lang talaga. Then my mom decided na, oh, you cannot adjust in public school. So that's when she decided to put me in private school because everyone speaks English. So there was no problem compared to when I was in the public school.
Nahihirapan din sila kasi to talk to you. Di ba? Mostly pag public din, medyo hindi yata exposed sa English language.
It was there in the country, right? Kasi, tawag dito, sa akin naman, ang nangyari, hindi ako marunong mag-Bisaya. Napilitan ako.
Na mag-aral
mag-aral ng Bisaya kasi they spoke only Bisaya and English. Hindi sila talaga Tagalog. And then ako Tagalog daw ako ng Tagalog. And then na-outcast ako.
Parang ganun din sa akin. Same, parang similar situation. Pero yung sa akin, yun nga, may bullying, but not bullying physically. Words, they will be repeating what you said. If I said to one of my classmates, "Oh, wait for me," they will also say, "Wait for me." They're not calling me by name, but the "wait for me," which is actually quite annoying. So that kind of like teasing, but no physical bullying. And then in high school, well, that was when my mom started to introduce me into public school because I was very introvert. I became very introvert because of the adjustment, everything, and then the difference of cultures. So because at home, English only. When I went to go outside, neighborhood, Bisaya. At in school, this was in elementary. Elementary, Tagalog. So it's all like jumble na ano.
Rumble. Which language or dialect should I speak? No.
So my mom started to introduce me into public school when I was in high school. So this was in Cagayan de Oro. Oo.
School ka ulit ng high school?
High school na, public school na. So doon, medyo weird pa din, but grabe yung adjustment, but yun, at
But you can
easier.
already speak kasi din.
Oh, from high school, I can speak Bisaya already. So,
Pero sa mga bata naman, yung adjustment is not really as cruel as when you're an adult or malaki na, di ba? Pag bata kasi most likely, if you can play or play with them, it doesn't matter what language you speak, di ba? Pag mga bata pa.
Totoo
Hindi
yan.
ganun
Totoo yan.
ka-cruel yung
easier to
adjustment.
learn this.
Oo, and it's easier to
It's
remember.
easier to
girl.
learn the language. So I think that's the thing. And then,
Nung nag-high school ka na, nagbibisaya ka na, friendly ka
Bisaya
na.
And then I really tried my best to practice the accent, the Bisaya accent. Yeah, because I grew up English accent, di ba? So the Bisaya accent, hindi ko masabi ng maayos because it's in English. Sasabihin ako, ay, ang arte-arte mo naman. Gaganyanin kasi ako.
Alam mo, Ate Lai, feeling ko hindi lang yun sa mga bata yung pambubuli na yan. If you're speaking in English, sometimes parang even in yung mga even in adults.
O yung parang mo. Yeah, parang. Yung parang. Di ba? Minsan, the people would actually, the people would notice that na, ay, parang
Your
ibang
accent
English
is
nito,
different, yung ganon.
Oo.
Depende kasi yan sa, tulad sa kanya, yung sa loob na sa household, di ba? Kasi before, for example, ako, mga katawag dito, mga kaibigan ko, usually, mga foreigner. So, I have no choice na ayusin ko yung English ko. Aside from that, yung nanay ko talagang siya, English yung mother tongue namin before. Pero, syempre, pag halimbawa nilabas ka sa labas ng bahay ninyo, puro Tagalog yung mga nyo, hindi na sila makikipaglaro yung mga bata sa'yo. Hanggang, yan, dire-diretso, tapos nakakalimutan mo minsan, tapos punta ka sa isang lugar, Bisaya naman, kailangan mo matutunan yung Bisaya. Yung accent, sometimes important sa kanila kasi ititis ka nila. So, diba? So, minsan, nakita ko yan kasi dito dito sa Japan, kahit na adult ka na, itipis ka nila, parang ang arte naman ito.
Yeah, may
diba?
It goes the same ways with Nihongo.
Japanese,
Oh, diba? Accent is also very important. It's also sometimes their basis. If you are really fluent with the language, may ganun eh. Minsan nga yung Daijobu ko, nagiging Bisaya accent eh. Daijobu. Nagagaganon. Oo, kahit hindi ko sinasadya. Because parang namimix na yung sa brain mo. So ganun, I really practice the Bisaya accent. Like, every day, I really try to, special the letter R. Oh, pinapractice ko yung O tsaka U. I really practice it. Oo.
Kasi doon nagkakatigas o malambot.
Para ma-feel ko na I belong. Ganun. So I really tried my best. But until now, parang when it comes to Bisaya, the weeks, the days of the weeks, like the Monday, I still cannot remember what's Miyerkules, what's
Miyerkules,
the
Huwebes.
I cannot. I have
Tagalog ng Lunes, Martes, Miyerkules.
I still have difficulties because it's pero ano kasi Bisaya is also similar with Spanish. The Bisaya Merkules, the days of the weeks. Kaya I asked Franklin because he speaks Spanish.
Spanish.
So I said, what is the Bisaya of Monday again? With Tuesday, he's the one answering because it's similar with Spanish. So that's
That's nice.
So, Miss Marie, yun naman, ang ganda ng story mo na ganun. Kasi syempre, di ba, as half Japanese and Filipina, anong tawag dito, minsan mahirap din yung ganong adjustment. Pag pupunta ka sa isang lugar, tapos lilipat ka ng isang lugar. And then, actually, I've heard they're there until 21 years old ba yun, sabi?
21 years.
21 years ka nandoon sa Pilipinas. But you're Japanese, bakit hindi ka pumunta dito sa just Japan?
Yeah, I actually really wanted to come back to Japan, but because of my documents, I only have Japanese passport, Japanese birth certificate in the Philippines. So it's like I'm living there as an alien. Alien ako dun. No? So I've been living in the Philippines, although my mother is Filipina. I've been living in the Philippines as a foreigner. So I really grew up thinking I'm Japanese.
Okay.
I really didn't think to myself that I'm Filipino. I have Filipino blood, but I'm Japanese. That's how I grew up. And that's also what people keep on telling me.
So since you're Japanese, you don't have the eagerness to come back to Japan at that time?
I really wanted to come back to Japan, but because of the difficulty of my documents, since I've been living there, overstaying na ako eh.
Overstay.
Overstaying na ako eh.
Naman sa Pilipinas.
Because you need to pay, di ba, visa.
Penalty.
Oo, ang dami yung penalty.
Actually, we paid a lot of penalty.
Ang dami yung
Daming penalty.
Can you tell us about that penalty? Kasi I have some friends na, like with your situation, they're Japanese but then their parents bring them there in Philippines. Tapos parang iniwan na sila ng pamilya yata nila doon sa Pilipinas. The mom came back here, or maybe the mom just let them stay there and then ayaw nang bumalik dito. But then they have the Japanese passport. And growing up there in Philippines, especially if you know you have advantage of being, di ba? If you can come, kasi sa Pilipinas, masarap naman talaga mabuhay eh.
Oo.
Only if you have dough.
Yeah.
Mayroon tayong pera.
Yeah.
Pero wag wala tayong ganyan. We have no other choice but then to find ways to, like, yan, ano ba ang ginagawa? Ang pinakamalakas na meron ng Pilipinas, manpower.
Yes,
Diba?
But if
So-
you have the dough, you have the manpower. Yeah.
Yes. So, yun, ang dami kong mga kaibigan ganyan, tsaka kakilala na iniwan ng, or dinala ng magulang nila sa Pilipinas, and then they just let their kids grow up there without thinking about their kids' future. Yung sa'yo, paano yun? Ano, can you tell us, like, the documents, your struggles there? How did you come back here? Ganun.
When I was in elementary, high school, because hindi pa siya i-register talaga sa CHED ata yun. So I was able to go to school just presenting my Japanese birth certificate.
And passport. Yeah.
A passport was not needed that time.
Japanese certificate.
Yung translated na English version sa consulate galing, yun lang sinasubmit ng mom ko until when I reached the university sa Ateneo de Cagayan. Doon na question na ako na you need to have student visa, etc. I was so shocked because I grew up not needing those things. So that's where the struggle started. So it was really very difficult that from that point, yeah, I went to university, but knowing that won't be credited. So I just went to school. I've been jumping from different universities because I really want to learn. Because in high school, even when I was young, I really strive for excellence. You know, academically, hindi ako honor student. Ganon. I need to be at least one of the top 3.
Oh, yeah.
Ganon yung,
Achiever talaga.
yeah, ganyan yung mindset ko. I really need to be at least top 3. And ganon. So,
And even if you go naman to college, it won't be accredited So, ano, tinapos mo pa rin ba? Knowing that,
For I think 4 years, I really went to university because I know hindi ko na talaga it will be almost impossible for me at that time to finish my documents. It was really difficult. So, what I was aiming for is just the knowledge.
okay.
I
So,
really want to learn.
hindi naman kailangan talaga yung diploma pa, no? The knowledge is much important.
Yeah, I really want to learn. That's how I think. Then after that, when I finished around 4 years, been going to university for 4 years, then I decided, okay, I will drop now because it's already a waste of money. I decided to start my own business.
Okay. Yan na yun.
Yes. That's when I started my own business from, I think I was 19 years old.
Oh, that's early.
Yeah. At that time, 2015 or 2016, there was maybe on our part, di pa uso yung online selling. So I started that one.
You're already selling online.
Oh, I started from 19, 20 years old. And then, ang uso pa doon was, how I remember, it's just Avon.
Avon.
Natasha, yung mga ganun pa.
Na cosmetics, no?
Yes, mga ano pa yung marquee na footwear. Yan pa yung uso that time. But I started already.
Selling online.
I like that kasi she knows yung mga ganyan. When you're really into selling, kasi I remember before, wala pa yung online selling. I have another account, which before, kumukuha ko ng mga gamit naman sa Amerika. Tapos, kunyari, before, mga Victoria's Secret, and then yung mga tawag dito, mga Guess, Belle, yan. Kasi hindi pa uso din yung mga outlet na ganyan. So, straight from the,
From the store,
from the store sa US. And then, to open the US, tawag dito, site, meron dang kinakrak yun online.
Talaga.
Para makapasok ka sa kanila. And then, you'll get a lot of discount, ganyan. Tapos, yun nga lang, hindi ganun siya tawag dito, kaboom pa yung online selling. But then, I've heard a lot about Natasha, Marikina. I like how you say that because doon mo makita OG to.
Oo, OG. Kasi nauna pa siya talaga.
Kasi ang dami nang lumalabas ngayon.
Ngayon, ang dami na everywhere. Everywhere na. Yung time pa nun, as in, wala pa halos.
So, ikaw talaga yung maraming kinita na pala sa online.
Oo. So, I was still 19 that time. Yung ginawa ko, because I already have the connection because I went to the university. So, I already had plenty of friends. Yun, pinagbentahan ko yung mga professor ko, yung mga instructor ko, yung mga classmates ko. So, since yung gano'n, ginamit ko siya as, yung as much as possible kasi, yung the way I think that time is, wala na I know it will be credited. So, what can I benefit from this situation?
Nice. At that young age,
Age already thinking about those things. Ang galing
So, what I thought was, I already spent money. I invested my time and effort going to the university. Of course, you will go to school to gain knowledge. But I wanted, what else can I benefit from this situation? So, I used that connection. So, yun, yung mga classmates ko.
Ang galing, no? Kasi ito yung mga tao na nakakatuwa kasi meron siyang winner mindset. Hindi lang yung aasa sa magulang, tapos if after kasi may mga tao na they always, paano ba sabihin yun? Blame their situation. I am poor, I am this, I am that. But with her, dahil nag-aaral siya, hindi niya na pinalagpas yung oras niya na pwede rin kumita.
And thinking na hindi naman siya talaga poor. Hindi siya member ng poor. Kasi
Exactly.
she has a father in Japan. And of course, her mom definitely may pera. Kasi di ba, working in Japanese.
My mom died at 18.
At 18. So your mom wasn't there anymore with you. So that's just to
really get out of the box.
Okay.
Comfort zone.
So that's
very introvert.
I see.
Biglang naging extrovert.
Okay.
It's really, that's really hard. Kasi, di ba, parang when you're really introvert, parang ang hirap kasi talaga makipag-usap sa ibang tao. Lalo na kung hindi mo siya katukayo, kung hindi mo naman siya
ka-close, no?
Basta, alam mo yung parang wala kayo something in common. Tapos, di ba, minsan parang sa mga introvert kasi ate, sobrang ano yan eh, blunt. Sobrang straight to the point. Pag gusto kita. Pag ayaw kita. Kasi we have di ba, meron silang sariling mundo. Unlike sa extrovert, kahit ano lang.
Kahit sino
with the
pwede.
float, okay lang. Pero with her, nice. How did you change yung ganon?
Yung first talaga, alam mo yung feeling na introvert, kasi introvert ako before I do something na alam kong I will need to, kasi I really don't have any problems. If, like for example, public speaking, storytelling contest, poems, I do that a lot. At school, I really compete. I really, declamation, the oratorical, the whatever, MC, I do that. But I know I will gain by the grades. But when it comes to, personal na like, I have to sell, I have to, at sa bahay talaga, I really vomit.
Oh, that nervous you get talking to other people.
That's because I really would like to do it, but I am forced to do it. But I really told myself, ako kasi, once I wanted to do something, I will really force myself, mind over body. I really tell myself, if I think this way, the rest will follow.
Yeah, that's true.
I really, as much as possible, I don't use the vocabulary cannot.
Oo, yan, tama. Tanggalin yan
Yeah.
sa vocabulary, mga viewers, the word cannot or impossible.
Yes,
Tanggalin na.
remove that one. Everything is possible as long, maybe not right now, but there will be always option A, B, C, D.
In a way. In a way to get
So that's how I think. So eventually, I adjusted, and I know that human beings are meant to adjust. We go back through history. Ang dami nang nangyari, di ba? We evolve. We are born to do that. It's innate as a human being. So that's how I think na maybe now it's difficult, but eventually I will adapt because humans are meant to adapt to survive.
Exactly.
Diba? It's, diba? It's like before na, for example, like normal animals na for example, the fishes, because they need to survive, they went to land. Eventually, they grew legs, they grew gills, mga ganon, di ba? May ganon.
Totoo.
Di ba? Evolution. So that's how I think that we will adapt.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. And then that's how you started yung business mo. And then it bloomed.
Yes.
And then eventually, what happened? And then what happened?
Umabot siya ng 3 branches. Naging one of the top city distributors ako sa buong Pilipinas.
Wow. Cagayan de Oro.
Yeah.
Then you conquer all the whole Philippines.
Been supplying around the whole Philippines. Tapos, I don't know if you still know the brand. It's from Mary San. It's like a hair coloring, hair treatment. Yung photo ko nun, naging viral sa buong Pilipinas. Although my name was not known, but the face was mine. I had like plenty of different hair colors. Yun, kumalat siya doon. Naging trending. Yun. So, that's when I told myself na, okay, I'm starting to get there. But then, when it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. So I thought I was already contented, I was already happy with my situation, but then we're going back, I'm not meant to be in the Philippines. I was born in Japan. I should go back to Japan eventually.
Eventually. So, how's the transition? Paano ka nag-decide na bumalik ng Japan? Ano bang nangyari? Anong mga consequences that happened to you that you decided to go back to Japan?
Because COVID came 2000, when was it? 2019 or 20?
20, yeah.
Around that time, slowly. Doon kasi sa Philippines pag sinabing lockdown. Close.
They lock one barangay to another barangay, and then just one person in your household is just allowed to go out to buy something. And then plus yun pahirapan yun. If you want to buy something, you need to go to your barangay first.
And have this card, di ba?
Yes, that pass. And sometimes they use that pass. Nakakainis ako kung saan man ako nanggaling doon. Ito sasabihin ko lang sa inyo talaga, makakakwento at kape. Kasi talagang I was caught there in Palawan pa, na they have their rules, and then kailangan kasi parang hindi lang pwede na alam mo yung rule na, bakit kailangan yung gawin yun sa amin na mga turista kami? Lumabas yung inis eh. Kasi every week, iniiba nila yung rule. So, yung pass na yun, kukuha ka na naman every week.
Para
Pipila ka
makalabas
sa barangay, pipila ka.
Oh my gosh.
Parang feeling ko nga nung time na yon, pinapahirapan nila yung mga tao. And then, hindi ko alam kung business yun eh.
Para hindi lumabas. Ay, may bayad ba?
Hindi, parang feeling ko mini-business na yun. Kasi syempre, it's really impossible to have COVID in Palawan if it's an island.
Oh, it's an island.
If you have mga kakakwento at kape, you know that, di ba, kung meron kang asthma, the best tawag dito remedy sa mga ganyan is to go sa mga dagat. Kasi fresh yung air. And tsaka merong something sa dagat na nakaka-heal talaga.
Negative ions, diba?
Yung mga katawan natin.
Nature releases that naturally, yung mga negative ions. And then, kasi yung bad is the positive ions. What you need is the negative ions, which you can only get from nature. That's why you go to the forest, you heal. To the beach, to ganon.
Oo.
Oo.
Kaya
Yung may mga depression, yung may mga sobrang something sa katawan nila, they go sa beaches barefoot, or maybe sometimes they hug the trees. Kasi meron talagang something yung nature
may
natin
power talaga, no?
that can help us with healing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's actually true. Scientifically explained.
Tapos nung nagka-COVID, what happened to you?
Yun, no choice. And eventually kasi nung time na yun, I have to pay rent. I have to pay stuffs. Everything. I have to eat. I have to eat at that time. So, eventually, slowly by slowly, I had to close the branches. And then, it's just like, natulog lang ako. And then, I prayed first, then natulog ako. I woke up, biglang, I know, when I was dreaming, biglang pumasok sa utak ko na, I have to go back to Japan. That's when I thought, if it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. Because in the first place, I should be in Japan. Ganon talaga eh. In the Philippines, I wasn't legally, a Filipino. Although I'm proud to be a Filipino. My mom is a Filipina, so I'm also Filipino. And after that, I just searched on Facebook. Biglang nag-appear yung non-profit organization.
NPO.
Wala lang, chinat ko lang. The same day, I got the reply. They asked for my passport. I sent it. And then, yun. The same day, tuloy-tuloy na. And then, parang napaka-smooth talaga na it felt like too good to be true.
Wow.
Really, it was the same day, the same week, I got the call, and then just one day they told me, okay, this is your flight, everything was arranged.
So your dad didn't knew that you're coming here?
I didn't tell him.
Okay.
I really didn't tell him.
And then, but he found out eventually, right?
He found out eventually because I felt guilty. I felt guilty, but I did not tell him the details. I just told him, I'm going to Japan. Without your help. I told him. I'm going to Japan without your help. But yeah, I'm like that. It was too good to be true na parang it was just given to me in a silver platter feeling. And then that's when I told myself na if it's really meant for you, it will happen.
Kung natutuwa ako sa ganyan kasi naniniwala talaga ako dyan. Parang just recently, I saw sa news, parang there's a descendant sa Pilipinas na Nikkei, di ba ang tawag doon dito sa Japan?
Nikkei Jin.
And she was like 92 years old. And then she just recently came back here in Japan. And then she's still fighting for her naturalization. Ba yan? Tawag doon? And to think, sa kanya, talagang ibinigay sa kanya. Kasi meron niyang mga nag-comment doon na, Lola, ilaban mo talaga yung pagiging Haponesa mo kasi yung mga anak mo din, magbe-benefit.
Galing naman, no? 92, lumalaban pa. Yan ang kagandahan ng Pilipinas. Laban lang. Laban lang. And what's good also is even in that pandemic period, no, on that pandemic time, is you were able to come here. Tama ba? 22. When it opened already, 22 na. So, parang there was like a 3-year struggle there, no? For
Oo.
Your
Because
business.
I was really like trying to fight it kasi I told myself I started this from scratch. I don't want to let
It's just
go.
hard to let go.
Oh, because I already established na I already done a lot. Lahat ng appliances ko sa bahay, libre. Incentives lahat dun sa business ko. I was able to travel to different places because of that business. Buy things everything. It was just from the business that I started. Tapos mawawala.
Oh, yeah.
I really tried to fight for it, but then, like what I said, it's not for you. It's not for you. God will make plans, different plans.
a better plan always, no? So, you came here, and then you told your dad, and then what happened?
Oh, it was chaotic.
Chaotic.
Hindi niya matanggap na.
You're here.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to come here? Ganun
No,
ba?
he wanted, but I think it's the pride of a father. Because he's the father, he should be the one maybe.
Providing.
I think that's how he felt, but I did it by myself. And I'm really thankful for that. Na there were people who helped me. Because the organization. Because without that, I'm still in the Philippines.
No. Bakit if ever you're going to tell your dad that you want to come here, hindi ba ka ba niya i-help if ever?
That didn't enter my mind.
Okay. I see.
Well, anyway, ano naman, like, from the Philippines, and then you, tawag dito, came here, do you have any transition, adjustment, na nandito ka na sa...
Balik naman, no? Dito
Diba?
naman na adjustment.
Kasi, parang when you're here na, mapipil mo na, do I belong here?
Oo.
Kasi you've been living there for a long time.
The thing is, from the start naman, I've always been headstrong. Very, talaga ako, yung mental, ko talaga, very strong. And I know, I can do everything. It will be very difficult, but I can do it. So when I arrived in Japan, parang newborn baby. Really, I don't know how they wear the clothing, the fashion, everything. I came to Japan, naka-sandals ako, yung parang flip-flops lang.
Yun! Di ba?
Spring, naka-flip-flop si Marie. Naka-pedal na pants kasi yun yung uso sa Pinas eh. Tropical country eh. Tapos naka-off-shoulder.
Tapos malamig pa.
Oh, malamig. Spring pa pala. Naglalakad ako sa... Yun. Ganon. Naglalakad. Nakasakay sa Eki.
Ayun yung mga struggle mo, di ba?
Start lang. Nagulat ako. Hala, ganito pala sa Japan. Ang lamig.
Malamig pa.
Yung place ko na sa Philippines, hindi naman masyado mainit. I didn't expect it to be that cold. Yung hangin talaga, yung tagos sa buto. Ganon. And then, aside from that, yung struggle din is siguro yung part na yung what do you call that, how to adjust with other people.
Especially Japanese talaga.
Yeah, that too. But it's everything because sa Pilipinas, boss ako eh.
Oo, yeah.
Ayun.
Yung part na.
Ako ang owner dun eh. Utos lang ako, do this, do that. And then, ako eh, syempre, I have the stores, but mostly I stay at home. Cellphone lang ang hawak ko. I do everything, the transactions through phone. I don't really have to talk to the people. If you don't want my service, find another, provider. Ganun lang ako eh.
No, chill lang, no?
So when I arrived here, oh my God, I have to adjust. I have to talk to the people. I have to ganito. I'm not used to that. I have to carry my luggages by myself going to the 5th floor kasi yung apartment ko, 5th floor yun eh. I have to walk. So it was very difficult. And then, more on the manual part.
Labor din kasi dito, no? Yung kumbaga, did you know that
You will be working as caregiver when you get here, and before you come here in Japan.
I was already,
You're oriented already.
Oh.
So, buti tinanggap ko na, oh my God, kaya ko ba yun? You didn't thought about it?
I already had experience with my grandma. I started taking care of my grandma when I was 11 years old. I was assisting my mom. So, I have the idea.
Learning from you that you're a caregiver now makes me think na she's really, hindi lang siya super nice, but she's really humble.
Oo.
Aside from being, yun nga, headstrong, sobrang ano siya na tao. Tawag dito, yun nga, nakaka-amaze yung pagkatao niya na yung pag-adapt niya. And then, she keep her feet on the ground,
That's true.
which is very important. Kasi minsan tayo dito, yung respeto kasi binibigay ng ibang mga kapwa Pilipino natin. I don't know if it's just Filipino or other country din na siguro sa kanila, kunyari kung taga-India, sa same Indian, gano'n, baka gano'n din ang ginagawa nila, yung ini-stereotype nila yung mga tao. Ibibigyan ka ng respeto minsan kung ano yung trabaho mo ngayon. Pero with her, tingnan nyo, hindi naman po, I just knew her today, pero sobrang na-amazed ako sa kanya kasi wow, this person parang have a lot and here to share, to offer. Kasi importante yun eh. Minsan na tayo mga Pilipino, not just Filipino siguro, pero as a human being, you only see yung panlabas.
Superficial, yeah.
We're very superficial. Pero siya, sobrang, ang dami. Ang nakakatuwa.
Ang dami niya na agad pinagdaanan. And if I remember it right, I met Marie when she just came here in Japan. Am I right?
Yes.
Tapos I didn't see yung mga prima donna, I didn't saw it na yung gano'n nga, siya, owner siya sa Pilipinas ng successful business. Dumating siya dito, I remember we ate in Matsuya Diba? Matsuya. It's a beef bowl here in Japan.
Yung mga kasama ko, pati ako din ang mahal naman.
Oo, yung gano'n. Tapos sabi niya, oo. Tapos I didn't really saw anything na yung pastar or something, wala. She's very humble. So kaya siguro din kami nag-jive. Hindi siya yung... Kasi kung tutusin, pwede siya mag-inarte, di ba? Yeah, sorry for the term. Kasi meron siyang case sa Pilipinas, di ba? But then, she came here, humbly doing what she has to do and really trying to cope up. Imagine the big adjustment that she has to do, no? Yung pagkakaigo, napakahirap, di ba? Tapos, syempre, not knowing that you'll be taking care of a lot of patients, hindi lang isa, di ba? No? So, madami-dami. So, ayun naman, yung transition mo with the job. Can you share with us?
Ay, sobrang hirap talaga. As in, umiyak talaga ako. Yung after work, iyak talaga ako because I didn't know it would be very manual. Like, I thought it would be caregiving. Just focus on care. I didn't know that you will also be doing this and that. Parang
Everything.
everything. I was shocked. Sabi ko, oh my God, ganito kaya ko pa ba?
And here po sa Japan, pag sinabi mong caregiver, hindi po siya katulad sa Amerika na one-on-one.
So, yes, one-on-one or
Sometimes,
two lang.
pag ikaw ang na-assign, lalo na sa isang tawag dito, sa isang ward, minsan yung ward, 20 katao, tapos ikaw ang ikaw bahala doon. Bahala ka na sa buhay mo kung mag-survive ka kinabukasan.
Diba yung diaper change, no? Start from that, no? Everyday yun. Maya, no?
Work ko, nagyayakin ako panggabi na night shift.
Night shift.
35 sila, ako lang mag-isa.
Diba?
Ganun. Ngayon, sobrang easy na.
Adjusted.
Oo, adjusted
4
na.
years pa naman, no?
Kaya na. But yung start, grabe, iyak ako ng iyak. Sabi ko, mamamatay na ako dito. I really think, yung sakit talaga ng katawan.
Oo. Kasi bubuhatin mo pag when you change diaper. And then because kasi before, the expectation to work as caregiver in Japan is you will be using machines, parang iaangat yung mga butts ng matatanda para
May equipment.
May equipment. Ngayon wala.
No equipment.
Oo, yun yung
Nagulat ako.
Coach Line, alam mo, her story is very inspiring talaga. At ang tawag dito, kasi hindi niya, alam mo yun, sabi niya nga kanina, di ba, ang tao dapat nag-a-adapt, dapat nag-a-adjust, which is true talaga yan. Importante yan Minsan may mga tao, dasal tayo ng dasal, tapos di ka naman nag-a-adapt, wala ka naman ginagawa. Ano mangyayari sa dasal mo? Hindi naman sinabi sa'yo ng Diyos na ibibigay ko sa'yo yan, anak. Magdasal ka lang. Malay mo, kunyari, binigay na sa'yo, nasa harapan mo, hindi mo pa kinuha.
You have to do the
Diba?
work. Yeah.
Pero with her, napaka-inspiring yung story niya. And anong tawag dito, marami kayong tututunan sa mga ganitong klase ng tao. Kasi minsan feeling natin, tayo na yung merong sitwasyon na, alam mo yun na
Mahirap.
sobrang hirap. Pero with her, parang, di ba, sa kanya, di tuloy lang natin yung buhay.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yes, I really hate it when I have something going on with my life, tapos sasabihan lang ako na, you're telling the person kasi you need help. That, I already been through that din kasi I was asking for help, which is very rare with me. Sinagot lang ako na, let's just pray with that. I have nothing against that, but you cannot just pray without doing. You really need to do. You need to have faith. You need to have faith kasi before you do. Hindi yung puro ka na lang prayer. You're not doing anything.
That's true.
Nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa tao ang gawa, di ba? Hindi pwedeng sabihin mo, God, hingi ka ng hingi, tapos you're not doing anything yan. Yun yung mga misconception na inaasahan natin lahat kay God, no? You have to do the work.
You just do it, then just have faith that it will eventually, it will happen.
Alam mo, gusto ko pa talaga siyang tanungin kung meron kang mga ma-share na mga lessons na mapupulutan natin ng aral pa sa kanya. Pero alam mo, sa lahat, every time na binubuka niya yung bibig niya talaga, lesson na yun. Sobra. Parang ayun. So ayun, dahil lesson yan, ang dami nating lesson ngayon, parang nararamdaman ko din dumadami rin yung mga tao sa ating sa lugar natin po. So, till next na naman tayo, ikakat ko na naman kayo mga kakwento at kape.
But maybe mayroon pa siyang iiwan na lesson for us or any message sa ating mga viewers?
Yes, message pala.
Oo, message sa ating viewers.
Message maybe it's really about whatever you're going through, don't think about now. Eventually it will all it will all fall into place. You just have to pray, have faith, and think that everything that happens now is only temporary. The next day it will change. So just have faith and pray, and then just do what you need to do. Ganun lang.
Yeah, that's right.
Sobra, napaka-water sign niya yun, di ba? Water sign niyang ganyan eh.
Yeah, that's true. Ang galing. Yes, okay. See, ang ganda ng message niya sa atin.
Kasi natutuwa talaga ako sa kanya. Masyadong gusto ko siyang chikahin mamaya after
mamaya
natin dito.
Sana maka-join kayo, magkwentuhan pa ulit tayo.
So, yun lang po. Again, we're signing off.
Thank you. Bye! 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 Sa ating Kwento at Kape viewers. Bye!